Welcome to Found on TikTok. I'm your host, Jamal Radio Raheem. Now, Found on TikTok is a music podcast where it's basically topics that I find from TikTok. Sometimes it's going to be top 10 lists. Sometimes it's just going to be hot takes. Sometimes it's going to be questions I see on the app. Sometimes it's going to be drafts that I do with people that I find, that I know, that I met through the app. It's going to be an interview with artists. It's going to be a lot. I'm really excited about this. It's been a while that I've been thinking about this idea. And I'm finally just doing it, man. Finally doing it. Now, this episode is going to be the top 50 MC list. It's going to be the first half, 50 to 26. Now, hip hop turned 50 this year. And I've been seeing a lot of people, a lot of publications do top 50 lists that I don't agree with, that I just think are just trash. But I can't just have an opinion on it without giving my top 50 MCs of all time. So I said I should just do the first episode on that. So that's what we're going to do. So the top 50 to 26 on this episode, and the next episode will be 25 through 1. I'm going to start it out with some honorable mentions. First, we got Big L. I think Big L is a fantastic MC, but there's not enough of work because he was murdered. So that's the reason why he's not in it. Cool G-Rap. G-Rap, I love G-Rap. Just couldn't make into my top 50. I wanted to put him in there. I really did. But I think there are MCs better. Ghost, Style Speed is another one that didn't make it. I think that the reason I didn't put him in there is because I like his work in the locks way more than I like his individual stuff. So that's the reason why I didn't put him. And then the last person, he was 50 when I made the original list. I made this like 3-4 times. And honestly, if you ask me to do it again, it might change. T.I. T.I. didn't make my top 50. But they're all phenomenal MCs. There's all a case for them all to be in the top 50. They're just not in my top 50. Some of the people in my top 50 is literally projections. I think they're going to be great. So I took all that into account when I made this. So we going to get into this episode. Let's get it, shouty.
Let's get it, shorty.
All right, let's get right into the list. At number 50, I have Race to 5'9". Great MC, give you them bars. If that's what you want in MC, that's what Royce is gonna give you. He gives you strictly bars. Like, you ain't gonna hear a track and not hear a quotable from Royce. He's one of them type of MCs. He's dope. He is dope. So Royce at number 50. At 49, I'm going with Big Pun. I went back and forth to whether I should have Big Pun on the list. But I love Big Pun. Like, I am a big fan of Big Pun. Like, I literally have his CD on my wall. Like, I am such a fan of Big Pun. Bars again. Bars, you know. I used to sing Still Not a Player like every day growing up. Literally like every day. Didn't even know what player meant at the time. That's how like often I sung the song. Big Pun, 49. 48, you got Bay Area legend. E40, E40, consistency. That's one word I like to associate with E40, consistent. You know what you're getting when E40 comes on the mic. A consistent MC. Man has literally had a hit in damn near every like decade I've been alive. 90s, 2000s, 2010s, you know, he's literally had a hit in all of this time. Like, he is consistently giving you dopeness. At 48, we got to go with E40. 47, I'm going with DMX. X is literally like one of the reasons why I know where Yonkers is. Like, DMX, like, he just, his energy, his rawness, that is what stands out about him. He has so many like hit records. Like, the man had like two like number one albums in 1 year. Like, at one point he was the hottest rapper out. Um DMX number 47. 46, I'm going with Nicki Minaj. Now, I'm not a big fan of Miss Nicki Minaj when it comes to outside of music, but the stuff musically I cannot deny. Her impact on women, her impact on just rap alone. Like rap has changed since she came because of her impact. She's so talented, one of the most talented artists that we have out here right now doing the thing. Nicki Minaj at 46. 45, this is where people can question my list. I'm going with Chameleonaire. Chameleonaire is my favorite rapper. I honestly wanted to put him higher, but Chameleonaire, the mixtapes alone, the mixtape Messiah, like that series might be the greatest mixtape series of all time. Chameleonaire is one of them rappers who is underrated, doesn't get the credit that he deserves. There was a point in time where I listened to strictly Houston rappers, and he was the top one I was listening to. At 46 is or 45 is Chameleonaire. At 44, we're going with Ghostface Killer. Now, with Ghostface, I wasn't a big fan of his work like in Wu-Tang. Like I thought he was the weakest link in Wu-Tang outside cuz I don't count RZA as an MC. So I thought he was the weakest link. Then I listened to his like solo work, and that's when I became a fan of his and was like, "Oh, okay, I see what it is with Ghostface." Because he has his own style. His voice, you know it when it comes on, even though Action Bronson tried his best to be Ghostface. Um, Ghostface is he's that guy, you know what I'm saying? I like Ghostface a lot. At 43, we're going with Mr. G Unit himself, 50 Cent. Now 50 like he's somebody that's gonna bring attention to himself. You know what I'm saying? He knows how to do that. He's also somebody that if he has beef with you, it's for life. Like he ain't never letting up on Ja Rule's neck. But like he has Get Rich or Die Trying. That album alone would have got him in here. I was just listening to it the other day. It's literally right here. It's literally right here. I was just listening to this album the other day. Like 50 Cent is a great MC, one of the best MCs to be doing it. He has classic song after classic song. I'm a big fan, man. I wish that like he would have like did more, honestly, in music, and that's probably why I have him where I have him. At 42, I'm going with KRS-One. KRS-One is a pioneer, and he's super important when it comes to hip hop. Like, there wouldn't really be the genre, like it wouldn't be what it is now if there wasn't KRS-One. And for that, I want to give a big ups to him. He will always have my respect. I would never disrespect KRS-One. If I make any list, hip hop like 50 MCs, he's always gonna be on there just out of respect alone. Um, like if there's more MCs, which there will be in the future, KRS-One's always gonna be on my list because he's that important. At 41, I'm going with Fabolous. Fabulous. Fabulous is the punchline king. He can make a song for the ladies. He can literally do it all. Got classic mixtapes, got classic songs for the club, songs for the ladies. He can bar it up with any MC. Like, what is that, 6 minutes by Cassidy with him, Wayne, and Cassidy on there when they all spit in bars. Like, he showed on that song that he was a top tier MC. I rocks with Fabulous a lot. Got probably I think I got all of his albums on CDs. Like I'm a big fan of Loso, in case you ain't know so. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Fabulous. And at 40, we got Fife Dog. I personally think that like he doesn't get his credit as an MC because he's in a group with Q-Tip. You know what I'm saying? Like the name of Tribe Called Quest is bigger than his, but man, the quotables that he gives you, there's not a track that he's on that you don't have a quotable for him. Fife is gonna give you that. He gonna give you a quotable. You can bet on that. But he is a top tier MC. Like he's saying stuff like "bust a nut inside your eye and see where you come from." Like first of all, I was saying that as a little kid. I didn't even know what I was saying, and I didn't understand why like people would laugh. And I'm like, why are they laughing? Like it's just a dope bar. Um, but now I understand obviously as an adult. But Fife is just witty. He always gave you like a sports reference. Like That's what that he's one of them guys. He's strictly New York though, a New Yorker from the from the death. You know, that's what he is. New York. R.I.P. to Fife Dog. One of the best, one of my favorite MCs of all time. At 39, we got Method man. Method Man. Um Method Man just has like a I don't know what it is. He has like this charisma about him, like this thing about him that makes him stand out. You know what I'm saying? Like he could be in a room with like 20 people, and like if it's a cipher, like he might not have the most bars in the cipher, but he's gonna stand out because of his like his voice, his energy. Like Method Man is like that. That's what he is. He's that type of MC. He is dope as hell. All of his work with whether it's with Wu Tang or whether it with Redman, he stands out because he's that dope. So at 39, we got Method Man. At 38, I got King Push, the cocaine cowboy himself, Pusha T. Now Pusha T, he's gonna give you them dope bars, like pun intended. He's gonna give you that. Pusha T, his work with the Clips. First of all, them as a group overlooked. You know what I'm saying? They're in my top 10 groups of all time personally. But his work in the Clips, his solo work, he's always gave you that heat. What he did to Drake with the story of Adidon, like he assassinated that man's character. He literally was all like, we're not gonna talk about drug dealing. We're not even gonna talk about the ghostwriting stuff. I am going to tear you apart as a person. And I just was every time I listen to it, I just get the stank face because what he did was you got to fight. We got to fight. Like we would have to fight. So shout out to Pusha T, for well not shout out, but Pusha T, you a dope MC, and what you did was disrespectful. At 37, I'm going with my man Wale, and you know what? Let me get on my soapbox. When y'all say Drake, Kendrick, Cole, Wale's name need to be in there too. A couple other MCs that I'm gonna get to later on also need to be in that conversation. But Wale's name needs to be in there. Like he has the hits. He's the best in MMG. Like he literally be talking about black women and putting black women on a pedestal. And he gives us how he really feels. Like people call him emotional and they call him all that type of stuff. He's real. He's real. And that's why I'm a big fan of him. He's real. He's saying who he really is. He's showing his emotions. Y'all be saying y'all want that from men. Y'all be saying y'all want that from MCs. And then when they do it, y'all have a problem with it. Wale is consistent. He's consistent and gives you hits. Like I'm a big fan of Wale. He's probably in my 10 favorite rappers of all time. But take that aside, he is consistent and he is a dope MC. I wanted to put him higher. To be honest. Like, and honestly, if I was being honest with myself, he probably deserves to be on it. He higher. At 36, another artist that I feel needs to be in that conversation with Kendrick, Cole, Drake, Rhapsody. Rhapsody has barred up your favorite MCs. She does it all the time. Her mixtape, She Got Game, she had top tier MCs on there. Raekwon's on there, Chance is on there, Nipsey's on there, Mac Miller I think is on there. I think Absol's on there. Like literally top tier MCs, and you can't say they had a better verse than her. You can't say that because she's that skilled. To me, Rhapsody is just literally like she's literally what we say we want female MCs to be. Like, well, not we, y'all, because I like a whole bunch of different type of rap. I like the ratchet stuff. Sometimes I got different type of energies depending on what I'm feeling like. But y'all be saying like, oh, we want rap to be like this and like that, and like this and like that, and then you have Rhapsody, and yet y'all ignore her as if she's not top tier. If she's not top tier, get out of here. At 35, the best member out of Wu Tang, Raekwon the Chef. I am big on Raekwon. He got the best solo discography. You can argue. I can argue with anybody if y'all really want to have that conversation. He has the best solo discography of every Wu Tang member. Like his solo work is just fantastic. But not just his solo work. His work in Wu Tang is fantastic, and that's why he gets the rating higher than Method Man, higher than Ghostface. ODB's not even in my top 50. To be honest, he might not even crack my top 75. But that's why Raekwon gets the rating over them. He's just dope, just dope. You know what I'm saying? Like fantastic MC. Like you can't really name too many better. At 34, I'm going with Jada Kiss. Like you saw what he did to the Locks, not the Locks. You saw what he did to Dipset. You saw what he did to Dipset. Do I really need to add more? Do I really need to add more? I am going to, but do I really need to add more? Because like his work in the Locks, just phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Phenomenal. Then his solo work, like when he dropped Why, like when he dropped that song, I know that's a old song, but when he dropped that song, I was like, I was a little kid, and he had me questioning like, why does this stuff happen? Why does this happen? Why does that happen? And he gave you bars. You know what I'm saying? Yonkers finest. Shout out to Jada Kiss. this next MC, this next MC, Big Daddy Kane at number 33. I didn't listen to Big Daddy Kane, I want to say, until like the 2010s. And I know he obviously came out way before. And I'm admitting something that I normally wouldn't admit. You know what I'm saying? I'm being vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I'm being vulnerable. um, I didn't listen to Big Daddy Kane's music until after I went to this festival called Rock the Bells in San Bernardino, and I seen him perform. And yeah, I knew like Ain't No Half Stepping and all like the hits, but like I saw him perform and I became a fan off of just his performance. And then I started listening to his music, and I was just like, oh man, why'd you sleep on him, Jamal? You know what I'm saying? Why'd you sleep on him? He should have been on the radio. He should have been on that. You know what I'm saying? How you call yourself Radio Raheem, but you're not listening to no Big Daddy Kane? Like, Big Daddy Kane is a phenomenal MC. Should have been in my rotation from the beginning. And I'm sorry for disrespecting you like that, Big Daddy Kane. At 32, some people might say he shouldn't even be on the list yet. But Jid is definitely he's in the top conversation, and I honestly think when it's all said and done, he's going to be a top 10 MC. Man has given you three solo albums that have all been no skips. You know what I'm saying? No, and he's getting better. He's getting better. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the Never Story. I was like, oh, who's this little nigga from East Atlanta? Who's this little nigga? You know what I'm saying? Then he dropped DiCaprio 2. He improved off of his debut. You usually don't see that. Yeah, I was like, all right, man, he can't get no better than what he's doing. And wrong. He dropped this album and he was just all like, I'm gonna outdo it and I'm gonna get extra personal on this album. Like Cody Blue almost made a nigga tear come out his eye. That song is just phenomenal. Jid, to be honest, he doesn't miss. He's versatile. I've only seen him get out rapped once. Once. And that was by J. Cole. That was by J. Cole. But he hasn't been out rapped at all. And he's featured on songs with dope MCs. The only one who's out rapped him was J. Cole. And I think if they had a round two, he might be able to get Cole. Jid is that dope. At 31, I'm going with my boy AB Dash Absol. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a big fan of his. Control System is one of my favorite, not just hip hop albums of all time. I think that like he got overshadowed because of he's in groups with like heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? Like, I personally think he's a better MC than Schoolboy Q, but Schoolboy Q got hits, and he ain't no slouch himself. J Rock got hits, and he was the first one to come out at TDE. Kendrick, when he was on the label, it's Kendrick. You know, I don't need to explain Kendrick Lamar, but like they have some heavy hitters, and he's like that secret weapon. He's like the sixth man that come off the bench and give you buckets and wins the game for you. You know what I'm saying? He's the nuclear bomb you drop on somebody. He is literally that, and he's a dope lyricist. Dope lyricist. to me, the West Coast Lupe Fiasco, in my opinion, I think Absol is one of the best MCs to ever touch the microphone. I think he's that highly of him. I think he's dope. I'm a big fan of Absol, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to definitely go see him. He about to be on tour. I'm definitely about to go see Absol. Probably by myself too. And I'm going to love it. And I'm going to be spitting every bar. At number 30, we got Big Boy from Outkast. Um, First of all, you people who say like Big Boy ain't this, Big Boy ain't that, and try to like discredit what he did in Outkast, there's no Outkast without Big Boy. And I'm gonna say this: there's been songs where Big Boy done got the better of Andre 3000. There've been plenty of songs, he got the better of him. Y'all need to stop disrespecting Big Boy. He is a dope MC. Solo albums, dope as hell. Dope as hell. His feature verses, dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? First of all, he introduced me to Janelle Monáe. Top 50 off of that alone. But Big Boy is a dope MC, and we need to stop sleeping on him. The man can bar you up. He really is. He might be the most disrespected artist in hip hop history. Nobody gets disrespected more than Big Boy. Nobody. People act like it's just Andre 3000. Nah, fam. Big Boy is here. He's dope. Stop sleeping on him. For real, for real. For real, for real. And I see another one of y'all disrespect Big Boy. We gonna have an issue. All mamas. At 29. At 29, I have Game. Game, honestly, if he didn't like have controversy, or if he wasn't from California, because some of y'all got a California bias, I personally think that Game would be higher on a lot of people's lists. He definitely have the albums. Like he literally has the album. Like his album, the documentary, everybody knows is a classic. But to me, the Doctor's Advocate is a better album than the documentary. To be honest, you know what I'm saying. His album Jesus Peace didn't get the love that it deserved. Some people say like Game, and I sometimes he do is he dropped too many names. You know what I'm saying. I think sometimes he does do that too much. But let's not act like Game don't got bars. Let's not act like Game don't got hits. Let's not act like he don't get on your track with your favorite rapper and do them dirty.